the coordinator of this program, my colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. We are all aware that some people do what is called fake alerts. Are we aware? Do we also believe there is what is called fake smile? Are we aware of fake smile? Who can tell me what fake smiles mean? Fake smile, smiling, fake smiling. God bless you. The smile is not coming from someone's heart. My name is Abubakar Suleiman. I'm a project coordinator. I want to share with you my experience from the last job I deliberately quitted. On the course of this, my conversation, I have 3 lessons that I want to share with you as well. Probably in the future, it might strengthen you and also inform you to know not every smiles indicate or shows love. I worked with WHO Nigeria. I started from a very junior staff when I graduated from the university. Of course, I kept on rising up to the position of Deputy Monitor and Evaluation Officer of Northwest Zone. On the course of this my work, there was this man I worked with who is a Gambian. He's an elderly person, of course, whom I respected so much. And in my own assumption, this man doesn't have any person whom he trusted more than myself. Not knowing reverse is the case. I respected him. The relationship goes beyond job. Sometimes I see him as a father. Sometimes I see him as a figure. Sometimes the relationship, as I said, goes beyond working. Not knowing this man is always not happy with my achievement. The first instance, there was a position that was announced. And WHO, many a times, their recruitment is more of recommendations than any other thing. If you can be recommended by someone and other colleagues will be asked, you have the relevant experience, your CV is okay, then the chances of you to get that job is 75% automatically. Any other thing, probably the taste, interview, and what have you, is not that much important compared to the recommendation. I applied for the job. I told this man that I want to personally meet with him at home and discuss something. He said, Abubakar, you are welcome. Upon my arrival, I told him briefly, this is the position. This man, he looked at me straight and said, Abubakar, I recommended someone for that position. Do you know what happened to me? I actually couldn't sleep that day. Because, as I said my assumption, I have no any other better person to this man on my own assumption. Then I said, okay, fine. But sir, I still applied. He said, no problem, but I recommended someone. Luckily for me, I was invited for an interview. And I did excellently well. I was chosen. A mail was sent to me that I was then engaged as a zonal M&E officer for Northwest Zone. This man called me again and said, Abubakar, despite the fact that I told you this is my position, you still apply. They invited you for interview, you still attended, and I was told you did very well. Let's continue. I still remain your supervisor. I said, okay, no problem, sir. On the second instance, we were all invited to Abuja for a retreat. I was asked to make a presentation for the performance evaluation, because monitoring and evaluation has to do with the program performance, staff performance, and stuff like that. When I did the presentation, not knowing this man was seated beside the country team leads for WHO, who happens to be Oma. She said, this guy did very well, but last time, why you did not recommend this man? This guy. He said, this boy is arrogant. Why? He said, Anything outside working hours, if you call this guy, he will not pick his phone. The team leader said, is that arrogancy? He said, yes. He's my boy. I'm working with him. Sometimes I need something, I'll call him, he will not pick. And he said, it's outside working hours. The team lead now said, fine. But I think if that is a problem in the future, when there is any position reconciled with this young man, he is doing excellently well. The last one, there was a serious ramp down in the organization. Some staff were asked to go, most of them based on health condition, years in service unrest. And there are positions outside the country. And then positions outside the country, the pay is much, much higher than the positions within the country. There was a vacancy of M&E, head of M&E in Kenya. I also applied. This man went to the extent, he convinced his zonal WHO coordinator for Africa that Abubakar cannot do that job. He said, but what happens during the interview and the report we got? This boy did excellent. He said he's still arrogant. I was not happy, and this man, to my own disappointment, his contract was not renewed. We were all gathered during to do a send forth for this man. I was loaded with so many bad things in my mind that I wanted to say during the send forth party for this man. But I was touched at the same time, because when he started his presentation or his remarks, he said, today I want to reveal something to you. I do so many things intentionally to Abubakar, and up to this time I have never seen Abubakar disrespecting. Despite what I have done to this guy, still this guy is respecting me. I was told that he said he is one day going to visit me in the Gambia. The man started crying. In the conclusion, I just want you to be extra careful to know not every smiles indicate love, and try to do the right thing in your working place. As I said, it is this frustration that pushed me to quit this job and venture into the business. As I'm talking to you now, I own my company, which is a real estate company, and I am handling billions of naira worth project. And I think, alhamdulillah, I'm doing fine. My name is Abubakar Suleiman. Thank you for your time.